Eddie, lovely to speak to you. How was the summer?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, when I went by in a flash. I enjoyed it. Spent some time with my family. Never stopped working, but that's just how it is. But pleased to be back and training and looking forward to the new season.
How has pre-season gone, especially the trip over to the States, the summer series?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was something different for us. We've not been to a sort of a tournament like that before, where you're playing Premier League opposition rather than maybe foreign opposition, which is what we've done in the past. And there was a different dynamic, and I think it's probably something that, when I look back, I quite enjoyed. So I think you get a direct idea of where you are because you're playing Premier League teams. So I thought the level was very high, really good for the lads, and hopefully we'll be ready.
Is that helpful to play Premier League sides in pre-season? Because particularly this year, the start is really difficult for Newcastle.
Yeah, I think from our side, with the start that we had or have coming up, probably a good thing, because when you look at the teams we played in America, Brighton, Chelsea, Aston Villa, that was really tough, and it was a good experience.
When you look back last year, did you overachieve, exceed expectations? If you did exactly the same this year, would that be progress?
Yeah, we definitely overachieved, given our expectations at the start of the season. When you consider the season before, we'd just escaped relegation, so we're in a relegation battle really the majority of the season. To then finish in the top four was something we didn't expect. Achieving the same again, I think, would be an unbelievable achievement with the competitions we're in, but that's not to say that we're putting a ceiling on what we can achieve. I think we can't act that way or think that way. But also, I think it's partly my job to not get carried away with the hype and the excitement, and to be very level and just to try and keep the team improving is where I'm at.
How have Sandro, Tonali and Harvey settled in?
Yeah, very well. I think the ideal when you're trying to sign players is you get them in as early as possible to try and get them acclimatised to the team and to their environment. I think Sandro's looked really good in the games. He's looked good in training. He's forming friendships in the group, which is really important for someone coming from abroad. And yeah, we really like him as a player, and he seems to have settled in really well as a person as well. So, and then you look at Harvey, who it's a slightly easier transition for him, but he'd been at Leicester a long time. So I think he will naturally bring goals and hopefully end product. And yeah, excited to see him play.
One thing I got from the social media, the club social media during the tour, it seems like the team spirit is arguably even better. It seems like the group is so tight here, which has got to be important for new players, but for the whole squad going forward.
Yeah, for me it's the foundation. The foundation of what happened last year was there was a real unity, and that grew, I think, as the season unfolded. I do think results help that to a degree, but I think we have to set the foundation this year, and we've done certain things to try and help that and generate the spirit that we need. It's going to be a long season for us. It's going to be a totally different dynamic. There's more games, more challenges, so we're going to need that unity more than ever.
There was an interview back end of the last season, start of this season. Anthony Gordon said something which really stuck with me. He'd said that when he came here mid-season, he never quite got to what he called Newcastle fit. Is that a sign of how difficult it is for new players coming in, because you have to be so fit to be part of your system?
Yeah, I think fitness is it's a key thing. We ask a lot of our players. We play in a style that you can't implement that if you're not, really athletic. I think it's tough to do. We believe that's the best way for this group of players to get results. So yeah, I think there's a period. I think it was slightly more difficult for Anthony. Coming in January is always very difficult. In the summer you get a pre-season, so you get to iron out problems, and you're sort of on the same fitness base at the start, and then you build together. But when you're coming in January, it's like straight away there's games. So I think it was a hard transition for him. But I do think going with the England, winning the Euros, that would be a great experience for him, and that certainly would have helped him, because he came to us already fit during pre-season. I think that showed. I think he's been excellent.
He hardly had a pre-season, did he, after the Euro under 21?
I think he had 7 days off, which, I think it's not really a break, is it? But he was very, very keen to come back. We were probably more keen to give him a break, but he wanted to return.
Yeah, those first 4 games mentioned before, I think all against sides who've qualified for Europe. So I suppose every season you need to start strong, but more than ever this year, do you need to be ready to kind of hit the ground running?
Yeah, I think we do. I think on paper we have a very, very tough fixture list, and our season really could be defined, especially in the Premier League, off the back of those results. Last year we won our first game. I think then we had a few draws, but that first win really does ignite your season. So we're obviously chasing that as quickly as we can.